welcome to Hair of the Dog.
Welcome to Hair of the Dog, episode 4.
4?
Did you know there's a statistic that says if you do more than 10 podcasts, I forget the percentage rate of, you're actually like in the 90 percentile of people that actually follow through and post podcasts. So you need to make it past 10.
We're gonna make it past 10 because I fucking love yapping.
And they're only getting better.
And
I wish I would have come with that
more excited.
I wish I was more ready with that.
You are ready.
I was very ready.
I knew.
Anyway, hi, welcome to Hair of the Dog, episode 4, Hot Damn. Last week we had one of my best friends on the podcast. And this week we have one of Emma's close good friends on the podcast. Everybody, welcome. Do you want me to call you Caitlin or Beefy?
I feel like it's either Beefy Beauty, Coach Beefy, or just Beefy.
I've been signing my emails Caitlin, Beefy, Kennedy at the bottom.
Well, this is. I'm just gonna call you Beefy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I actually have that on the back of my shirt as well.
Show the class. I love these new Oxford shirts, BT Dubs.
But yeah, this is Coach Beefy,
I love that.
aka Beefy Beauty, aka Caitlin. But I think you're like one of the only people I hear call her Caitlin. So.
And when I call you Caitlin, everyone's like, "Who
the
talking
fuck
about?"
is that? I was literally like, "Who is Caitlin?" I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" I don't know that person. Beefy.
So like, I know how I found out about you. I guess like there's a really cool hairstylist in Atlanta. Her name's Amber Cassiano. She owns a salon called Chrome Rose. Shout out to Amber. She was doing this really amazing like play on 75 Hard 2 years ago, and so I was talking about it so much with my clients. And when I finished the whole thing, but my client was like, "You have to come to my gym." And so that's how I found Oxfit. It was at the very, very end of 75 Hard. I think it was on like one of my last days, and it was the first time in your gym. So thank you.
I'm just happy that you came. I remember the first day you came. I loved it. I know.
So,
all right. So I guess I'll
fire
answer
away.
the questions.
Yeah,
let's do this.
My favorite fact about Beefy is that she used to be a Mac girly and is an incredible makeup artist, but somehow
she's done all of the makeup for our photo shoots.
Yeah.
We're so lucky to have her. She's so fucking talented. Multifaceted, talented.
I mean, am I blushing right now?
Which is
I'm
why I
blushing right now.
That's why I wanted to have you on the podcast, is because like you're so dedicated, you're so determined,
and
like
you're also so gay.
So hot. You know, my gay crush. It's been my gay crush for a while.
Like, what drew you to getting into like
physical
fitness?
What pulled you from makeup to physical fitness?
For a living.
Okay, totally. So I definitely grew up playing sports my whole life. So but also factor in which we share in common growing up in a Pentecostal household.
We do share that. Episode 2 is all about religion.
Yes.
She was also Pentecostal.
Yes. And both of my parents are pastors.
Yes.
So let's
wait. Did women be pastors in the Pentecostal church?
So not in traditional Pentecostal, especially because back in traditional Pentecostal, long hair, long skirts, no makeup, etc. No New Age. Yes.
Okay.
New Age. Yes.
It's more like charismatic, like
it's very like
This is one of my favorite. I grew up Southern Baptist, so I love learning. I love asking questions about people who also
of course,
fundamentalists.
It's just I would say they're definitely more charismatic, Holy Spirit, speaking in tongues. But like I said, there's two different sectors, I guess you could say, to Pentecostal for sure.
Definitely.
But I did grow up. I mean, my mom is beautiful. She loves doing her hair, makeup. She dresses really well. But
she's stunning.
She does not wear pants. No. She's a fancy gal. She's a fancy gal.
She's got good Pentecostal hair.
No, my mom has like super short hair.
She's
chic. No, she's a short, scary Hispanic lady.
She doesn't have the hair that you take the two bobby pins out.
No, definitely not. No.
Okay.
I'll have to show you a picture of my mom.
I would love to
for sure. But like growing up, I wasn't allowed to express myself in any kind of like really have any individuality in the sense of how I wanted to dress. My mom dressed me until I started working, until I was 16 and I could buy my own clothes. But even then I had limitations on what I could buy. And then of course, no makeup. My hair is naturally long and dirty blonde.
Oh, it doesn't grow out of your head.
So it's I'll have to show you a picture as well.
Yes.
Blue mascara.
Yes, I got blue
We're
mascara
actually gonna
on.
post some of these pics.
Yeah, we'll post some of
in
these
the
things.
video,
So like,
yeah.
I mean, now we would say my hair's like a light brown
Color.
These
Okay,
days,
well,
but-
it looks blue to me. but
I mean, it is.
I
isn't
could be
it?
wrong. I don't know.
Shout out to Emma from taking me from black box dye to red
Bleach
to
blonde in 2
peach
sessions. Yeah.
to pink, and now I just went over the pink with the blue one day because I was tired of the pink.
How long did it take to get the black box dye?
2 sessions.
2 sessions.
Okay.
We went from like a red to like a bright pink.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The question at hand.
Yes. How did I get into fitness? Okay.
Yes.
So I always played sports growing up. All brothers.
Are you the baby?
No, I'm right in the middle.
Ugh.
I'm right in the middle.
Schmiddle.
Right in the schmiddle. So, very active my whole life. Swam, played basketball, swam into college as well. And then got out of fitness and got into fashion and makeup and hair. Apprenticed at a salon for a little bit. Realized I didn't have any like love for doing hair, but I liked creating hair. Does that make sense?
That totally
Like I love
Yes.
an updo. I love
You like the
transformation.
styling.
Yes, I love
The
styling.
styling.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And then that's when I really got into makeup as well. And so I started working at Hooters when I was
Shout out to Hooters.
17.
Shout
Shout
out
out to
to Hooters.
Hooters. And back in the day, Hooters was definitely a different concept than it is now. And they had us going through image classes, makeup classes, hair classes. Like we had to go, like you had to have that skill.
We can have we can talk about this after.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
We can talk
We're
about
we're
this
I'm moving
after.
this.
Alright.
So
we should do that. You're right.
and so I fell in love with makeup then because they would bring in Mac artists to teach us in a class. So we had class like once every couple weeks.
That's really cool.
Right. And so then I was like, oh my God, I love this.
Baby loves to learn.
And I do. And I do love to learn and I love to get good at something that I really like. And so then I started working at Mac as well during that time. And over the years, I was a third key, then a manager. And then I was like, I'm good. I'm going to do my own thing. And then I I was Brazy Beauty first.
Really?
Brazy Beauty, yes, before I started
Crazy.
Brazy, you know,
I
that
think I'm a
big
little too
crazy.
young. I think I'm a little too young for Brazy.
Brazy was like a crazy bitch, like bitch be crazy. So I was all Brazy.
Brazy.
Yes, being in your 30s, that was a thing now, you know. And
I
so
really into Brazy,
I wouldn't
like
know.
Brazy
I'm still in my
like
20s. I'm still in my 20s. I don't know about Brazy.
So then while I was still doing that, I was still bartending as well. I had just moved here to Atlanta in 2019.
Okay. So COVID, before
COVID. No, I moved here 2020. I lied. I had my first surgery in 2019, recovered, then moved to Atlanta in November of 2020. And not long after that,
What kind of surgery?
I had breast cancer, so I had my chest removed.
Survivor!
And then I had a liposarcoma on my back, and I had that removed a year later. But right after I had my chest surgery, I started getting back into fitness. I hit this, like, I'd been bartending forever, partying, drinking, having a good time. And then once I had that surgery, of course, everybody's always like, rude awakening. But it was not only that, I also never had an ass. And so I was like, I want a booty.
Yes.
It worked. By the
worked.
way, it worked.
PT does.
We'll post that picture as well.
Yes, we will.
My Aunt, the owner, shout out Aunt Oxley, owner of
love
Oxfit.
Aunt.
We love Aunt. He will say he's like, you had a pancake booty. And he was like, and you looked like you were sickly. So I was like, thank you, Aunt. I love that. Thank you, sir. And so, I met Aunt, of course. I was bartending, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to really get into fitness. And I found out Oxfit offers your first class free. We do first week free now.
Oh,
we do
wow.
a whole week for free if you show interest. Come on in. Right now it is, we do bring a friend week every 8 weeks as well.
We do that. I've brought friends before.
Yep.
I have brought friends.
Angels come.
I have.
He's come to the
Jasmine's
gym.
come.
Yeah,
Come to the
Jasmine's
gym.
come as well. And so went to the gym, tried out a class, met Aunt. Aunt wanted to come talk to me. well, I wanted to do coffee. I don't drink coffee. I was like, why don't you come to my bar?
You don't do any caffeine?
I don't do any caffeine. I'm naturally caffeinated.
Naturally.
Dude, she will keep the class going too. Like she is.
I wake up, I'm ready to go. I'm high on life, baby.
Yeah.
The whole class. Let's go.
She's not waking up ready to go. When I wake up, I'm awake.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go. When I wake up, I'm awake.
Ready to go.
Get this, Caitlin sees me 2 hours before you see me usually, so it's even more.
She gets amped at the gym for sure.
I'm awake, but begrudgingly. That's like I'm wide awake. I'm not getting back to sleep.
So long story, very long. Trying to make it short. Ant came to my bar. He sat there and it ended up being a really busy day. I didn't really get to talk to him, but for maybe like 10 minutes out of the whole hour and a half he was there. And he left and probably, what was crazy is I had been thinking and wanting and praying and manifesting. I was like, I want to leave the bar. I want to get into fitness. I've been doing nutrition as well since I had my surgery. And then he comes along and he leaves and he texts me and he's like, I know we wouldn't be able to pay you what you make at the bar. He's like, but we need you at Oxford. We have to have you.
Yes.
And I literally quit my job that weekend and started the next week at Oxford.
That's too
incredible.
That's too
That
cool.
you really do have an infectious energy about you, and like especially when I first met you and when I first started working out with you, like it's such a good energy that you're like, man, I don't want to do daily life without this energy. Like, and like I bet it feels that too. Shit. People feed off of your passion.
Thank you. I love that.
Yes.
And so I know that the people at the gym, I came in, not having really done what I was doing at the gym, and I was general manager first, which I've always had experience as a manager.
Oh yeah.
And
Leadership
then
from day one.
leadership for sure.
Yeah.
And then after working out for a while, training, taking class, moved into coaching classes, went and got my L1 certification for CrossFit, dove deeper into nutrition, and the rest is history.
Love it.
Thanks, Biscuit. I appreciate the compliment.
Thank you, Biscuit. Okay, so what makes Oxford different than
I can go.
your average CrossFit gym?
Yeah.
I guess
So
this is the first time we said that too. Like you would, it's a CrossFit gym.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I would actually used to be CrossFit.
Yeah.
We
The
changed
programming's
from
a little bit
we
different.
changed from CrossFit to functional fitness. So
Okay.
functional fitness is going to be CrossFit based. So all the good stuff of CrossFit.
Yes.
With functional bodybuilding and then high intensity.
Okay.
So
They do
it's
cardio too.
so it's
Yeah.
safer, better on the body, but also guarantees results. Because traditional CrossFit gyms, which I first started working out in, you don't do a lot of cardio, you don't do a lot of endurance. It's more weightlifting technique, gymnastic style movements, and then some endurance. But unless you're there, at a CrossFit style gym, unless you're at CrossFit, 5 to 6 days a week, results aren't really going to come. But when you come somewhere that embodies everything that you need for every style of body, whether you're, male, female, trans, it doesn't matter who you are. It is perfect for you.
Damn
And as
straight.
someone who has been on hormone therapy as well,
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that is the style of working out that you need. Because if you're someone on testosterone, you're going to maximize that testosterone by coming to the gym and you're doing that weightlifting with the cardio. But then if you are on estrogen, but also women who are perimenopausal and menopause, just women in general with all that estrogen,
Yes.
you need to come to the gym.
A lot more cis people are on HRT than you think.
100%. Oh, I can tell you right now, I know so many people that are cis on HRT because it is so beneficial for the body.
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
Gender affirming care is not just for trans people, it's for everybody, and it's a lot more common than you think.
Yes. Yes, I mean, there are men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they're on testosterone.
Oh,
there
yeah.
are women microdosing testosterone. Like, it is necessary that your hormone levels are where they need to be because that is why you're not losing weight. That's why you're having issues sleeping. That's why,
Hey, so you're telling me that, what do you mean? You think I need to run around and dig holes in the
I've already
backyard
told you
because of my
that
testosterone?
you need to run around and dig holes more.
maybe yes.
Maybe so.
Absolutely.
I've already
But
told him that.
the thing about Oxfit that's really great though is no matter
Yes.
where you are in your fitness journey, whether you're a beginner, advanced, a former athlete, it doesn't matter. It is perfect for you because everything is approachable.
Yes.
modifiable.
Yes.
It is.
I see
It meets
every
you.
day.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun. I did have a lot of
See?
fun.
I'm telling
The
you.
one time
No, it's
that I
just
went.
all different body types, like
Mhm.
all different heights, like
Ages.
Well,
people,
and I-
all different ages. And there was a
Gender,
kid who was in
everything.
this
Yeah,
movie.
there was a
It
kid.
so
Yeah,
cute.
absolutely. And that's the thing is we meet you where you are at. And that's the thing about fitness is people always are always like, I need to go be ready. I need to get ready. They think they have to do something to get ready. No, just
Show
come.
up.
Come as you are,
Yeah.
and we will take it from there.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's the best.
It is the best.
I mean,
the best.
I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it.
Thank you.
You got me.
I know. Thank you.
You got me. Yeah, I do like the kind of programming that because I did a little bit of research.
I love that.
But I do like the kind of programming that y'all do because I find that, like you said, the CrossFit is just not effective for your for regular people who can't like spend 6 days a week
No,
in the gym.
you're right though, because the thing is the thing about CrossFit is that unless you're in a space where you're going to train that much and have the ability and go home and do mobility and you're going to eat well and you're going to do all these things, because what happens when you do CrossFit is they'll snatch or they'll deadlift or they'll do these complex movements. And if you only come twice a week and you're like, oh, I'm strong, and then you come in and you try to lift this heavy weight, most people are not built or taking care of themselves in the sense of where they can just go and do that.
Right.
And so that's how people end up getting hurt, which is why CrossFit got a bad rep.
Exactly.
So no, I mean no shade to CrossFit.
My dad does CrossFit.
Because I do still train CrossFit. I compete in CrossFit workouts, but the thing is, I'm in a gym every day, 10 to 14 hours.
Do you do any of that Tough Mudder stuff?
Oh yeah, we do. We do 2 of those
Where you
races
go,
a year.
Where you go play? You go play pretend army.
My
and
thing is
crawl
like
around in the mud.
that athletes from all over Atlanta will show up and compete with people from Oxford and like from CrossFit gyms who are like some of the biggest people I've ever seen in my life, but like it's hard for them to keep up with people.
They don't
from
have the
Oxford.
endurance.
No, they don't
because
have the endurance.
They're missing the endurance part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we go to a CrossFit competition every year in
And
September.
y'all clean up.
In September.
Let me tell you this. Last year I had a team of 4 girls, and they had only been in the gym 6 months. There were 80 teams. They came in the top 15, and they almost won 2 of their heats.
Yep.
And they had only been in the gym 6 months.
months. That's really impressive.
I mean, it's
They
because I'm
almost
telling you,
swept it.
Oxfit.
Also, it's at the end of September, and I'm taking the whole salon to
Yeah.
Gulf Shores at the end of September.
Yeah,
So
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
go watch
we're
it.
gonna
Cheer
go
on
with
Beefy.
the
We're
big
gonna cheer on
Oxford
Beefy.
toasters. Like
I'll be
nothing
there.
would make me happier.
Okay. And circling back, the next question.
Yeah.
So the full depth and breadth of people come to Oxfit. So talking about people on HRT, everybody's on HRT, but like trans people specifically, like how do you try to approach training
On
like,
estrogen versus training on testosterone versus training on nothing.
just like
Right.
but also like just training with trans people in general. It's there's a lot of, for me, I know specifically there's like a lot of weird emotional experiences that like might not come up for cis people that come up in gym spaces for trans people.
Right. I mean, I know what you're asking, and it's like, the thing is, there's one thing that we teach at Oxfit is how to love your body. And I know that, especially for the trans community, it's not that you don't love your body, it's that you are making this beautiful transition into becoming who you are. And it's hard to find a space to be able to move your body and to feel safe moving your body around other people. But that's what makes the Oxfit community so great, because Oxfit can be for everyone, but it's not just for anyone. And what I mean when I say that is, like Emma knows, when you come in, everybody knows everyone's name. Everybody is
Yeah,
caring.
everybody was like, "Hi, Angel. Hi,
Yes.
Angel. I'm da da da. I'm da da da."
I'm telling you.
Do you have kids? And I was like, do I have
You
kids?
came to the mom's class. You came to the
I
mom's
did come
class.
to the mom's class.
You did
I did
mom's
come
class.
to the mom's class.
But that's the thing though, is the reason why I feel like the trans community has a hard time coming to gyms is because most of these gym spaces aren't creating that safe space.
Yes.
And it's not loving and it's not caring, because we have a community that is built around love and respect and trust. Whether you are trans, pregnant, whether you just had a baby, we have, and those women as well are learning to love their bodies and figure out their bodies again. And so it's when you have a place that not only that you have coaches who love and respect others, who care about you and your body. Like one of my biggest mottos is we live to lift another day. And so you get people coming in thinking, I have to go hard, I've got to do this, I have to do this. But it,
Listen to yourself.
you listen to your body, but also whether, like you said, on HRT, testosterone and estrogen, having a coach who has been on testosterone, who has been on HRT, and also being surrounded by other people, whether gay, cis, or trans, who are also on HRT. Like, it is such, it really is such a safe space. And I think that if, more, people within the trans community, came to Oxfit, they would see that and they would feel
I agree.
welcomed and loved and accepted, but also feel good in their body because they have people cheering them on. They have people supporting them. They're making friends within the gym community, because it's not just these people that come to Oxfit, doesn't matter who they are, queer, cis, it doesn't matter. They come every day to see the people at the gym. They're not just coming to work out. They're coming to hang out with their friends. It's a community.
It's huge community. You feel it when you walk out the door.
Yeah.
So it's like, but also having the knowledge of testosterone and estrogen as well.
Okay, can I be naive?
Yeah.
Does testosterone make you be able to lift more heavier
It
weight?
helps you put on muscle.
It does help you
So
put
it
on more
helps
muscle.
you gain muscle.
Yes.
Is there
Testosterone.
something that estrogen changes about the way that you lift weight?
So I wouldn't necessarily estrogen, I wouldn't say it changes, but you need to be more aware because the thyroid, of course, which creates
It
testosterone.
changes your metabolism.
Yes, like it's gonna change more of the functionality of the body, not the muscle of the body.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, but that's why I said coming, especially if you're on testosterone, can really maximize the effects of it, and also
So you're
working
telling
out
me,
increases testosterone naturally.
I need to go to the gym.
Yes.
You're telling me.
Yes, come on, come
so
to
Everyone needs to go to the gym is what we're telling you.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. That's why women who are, cis women who are menopausal, perimenopausal, they need to come because working out increases testosterone for them. So like being on testosterone, maximize your testosterone. And then also cis women on their cycle, there's a certain way to be working out, which also translates to taking estrogen as well. So you're gonna have certain cycling of that also. So sometimes you need to go harder, sometimes you need to do more body weight, sometimes it needs to be less intensity. But you also need to have a coach that knows that.
Exactly. Dropping knowledge.
Beefy knows.
And I know.
Beefy knows.
And I know.
Exactly.
So
I guess no, I lost my train of thought. That's fine.
okay.
I'll move on to the next question. Because there was a question, but you kind of just answered.
Exactly.
You kind of just answered all of the questions that.
She's answering the questions that I already came up with.
Yeah, that already came up. But how? How do you handle gym culture, like the toxic parts and like the parts that are like rooted in like shame?
Well,
Machoism.
Well, I can tell you right now that's not something that happens at Oxfit.
Yeah.
Because like I
Zero
said,
tolerance.
remember how I said Oxfit can be for everyone, but it's not just for anyone?
Yes.
Right.
I said that because we do have people come and try Oxfit and they realize it's not for them because A, they don't want to know anybody's name. They want to just come in and not work. They want to come in, work out, and not talk to anybody. Those aren't our people. Oxfit has a culture. If you walk into Oxfit, the first thing you see on the wall when you walk in is how Oxfit works in the Oxfit culture. And so there's no space for any toxicity. And there was a time it happened.
It does happen.
And guess what happened?
In
When we made
spaces.
those changes,
We cleaned it
all
up.
those people left. We cleaned house. And so when you also have, like I said, coaches, there's no cliques, there's no toxicity, there's no shaming, because we do not breed and create a culture that fosters that type of environment.
And it starts from the top and it works its way down.
Absolutely.
And
And there have been times where I've had to have talks with people, and some have stayed, some have left. But that's okay, because like I said, Oxfit isn't just for anyone. It takes a certain type of person to be there, and those are the people that are loving, caring, accepting.
Yep.
So there's no space for that at our gym.
Hell yeah.
Point blank, period. And if you want to try it,
You should try it.
you should try it, because I would love to.
Come at me, bro.
I'm telling you, my pronouns are try me. I identify as a threat.
Shut up, bro.
That was good.
Really
That was good, right? Right. I might be all fun and games, but you aren't coming into my gym.
But she can fight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't fight, but I do press charges and I do sue.
You guys, that once someone tries to stick a fork in y'all's clog, like you do the things and show the whole community that they come first. So
It is. I mean, we do when someone joins the gym. You know, I handwrite letters. I give you a shirt.
It's true.
You get swag. And they're handwritten individually for each person. It's not like some kind of
Not
just
like a
template or
No.
a script. It's handwritten from me. And then also, you know, whether you're having surgery, you're having a baby, you got an injury or anything like that, you know, I'm sending you something. People are writing on a card, someone's mom died or family died. You know, we're making meal trains. Like,
Exactly.
it's not just
accepting donations when someone's apartment burns down.
yeah, right? Yeah, we did do that.
That's so sick.
One of our hashtags for our gym is hashtag not just a gym,
Not just a gym.
because we're not just a gym.
Y'all.
Point blank, period.
Yes. Full of love.
This is written in a different color ink, so I'm assuming that it's not pertinent
Yeah,
to
you
what
don't
we're
have to
talking
read that
about
one.
right now.
But that one's important.
Yes, it is, and I can answer this one because I know the answer. Mental health and fitness.
Yes.
Are they related?
Oh. Yeah. Oh,
Probably my
absolutely.
biggest reason for wanting all of the Forte babies and everyone in my life to work out.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the biggest reasons.
I mean, I can genuinely say that I've had probably a really rough couple months in the fitness realm of my life, just because I struggle with perfectionism,
Same.
wanting to, you know, do
Are you a
everything
Virgo?
right. You know, I'm a Pisces. I'm an emotional little baby, and but I've been struggling with perfectionism, and then also just my body. You know, you hit a plateau every now and then you get stuck, and then you get in your head and you feel really bad, and then I've been struggling with some pain in my right shoulder and my hip, and that just comes from me not stretching and mobility and doing things I should be doing. But it puts me in a bad headspace, and then I don't work out, and then I'm in a worse headspace, and then I don't eat as well as I normally do. And so all of it combined, I've been in a funk. I just started working out again after a month. I took a whole, honestly took a whole month off from working out. But I will tell you this, I cried a lot. I was sad a lot. And shout out to Ann as well. He sat me down. He was like, "What's going on? How can I support you?"
Yes, one-on-one communication.
Yes, and it's just like, and I'm surrounded by a team, Lauren, Savannah, all my, coaches that are there as well. And it's just like, everyone's always checking on me. Like, even athletes, how are you doing? How's your body? Do you need anything? And it's like, that's the type of people that come to the gym, because even when I'm not doing well,
physically or mentally,
there are people in my corner, pushing me, supporting me, loving me, just at the gym.
That's so sick.
Right? But they really do go together. Like,
absolutely.
The release of, endorphins and dopamine, just everything that comes with it as well. It's like, when you don't have that, you recognize that. Your body recognizes that.
Oh, for sure.
So
it also makes me feel very capable
mm-hmm.
and just like a very strong individual.
Yeah.
Which I knew I was already that, but it just brings it all more amplified when you're spending your every morning doing that.
And one thing at Oxfit that we do is, one of our mottos is find your strength. Mm-hmm. And we always tell athletes, you're not members, you're athletes at our gym. Yeah, isn't that nice?
That is nice.
And the thing is we want you to lead from a place of strength and not weakness. And so even if I had someone break their hand recently. Ooh. And she was like, hurt, she fell down the stairs. the stairs.
Didn't happen at
And it
Oxford.
didn't happen at Oxford.
No, it
She,
happened at
her child left a shirt on the stairs.
She
I think
slipped.
it was a shirt. She slipped and she fell and broke her hand. And she texted me and she was like, I can't come to the gym. And I was like, why? Your legs still work.
Yes.
And so guess what she did? She waited about a week and started coming back to the gym, and we did everything that we could with one hand and both of her legs and her body, and she's still there.
That's
And I
amazing.
bet she's in such a better mental place.
Yes.
Because when you get hurt, like, I've broken both my arms, I've broken my leg, I've hurt myself a lot roller skating, and you've honestly, I've come in hurt and you've been like, we're going to modify it this way and do this
Yep.
instead. But like, if I'm not skating or if I'm not picking up heavy shit and moving it around, then I'm sad.
Yeah.
I think as Americans, we're a little bit too used to like getting in the car, driving to work, sitting behind the computer, driving home, watching TV,
It's very
and going to
sedentary.
bed.
It's
And
a
then
very
we all just do
sedentary
it over and
lifestyle,
over
for
and
sure,
over
for
and
sure.
over again. When like even like cavemen, like we're meant to
Yeah.
pick up heavy shit and move shit around.
Yeah.
I really do think that.
That's just a symptom of capitalism, though. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people just simply don't like. You can make the time for physical fitness, but
You can.
a lot of people need a lot of support for that to happen. So
Yeah.
the fact that like that is the mission of Oxfit is that brings me a lot of comfort.
Yeah, like I tell people all the time, you don't have time to come to the gym. All right, go home, do some body weight movements. You can lunge, you can squat. My favorite thing to do, set a timer and do 2 minutes of burpees. Not fast, just slow.
Just some slow.
Just slow. And I'm telling you, it's a full body movement. It works on endurance, your core, your legs, your hamstrings, your arms. It works everything. 2 minutes of that every day, I'm telling you, that is some walking game changer.
Also,
I do
the
walk
word
every
burpees
day.
used to
Walking
give me
is
like
good.
heebie-jeebies, and now I fucking love burpees.
No, you-
I
That's the truth.
do walk every day.
That's good.
And you meditate every day.
Mhm.
I do, yeah. I guess it is meditating, but before I even brush my teeth and like go to the bathroom in the morning, I sit outside for 10 to 15 minutes in total silence, and I just do a top-down scan from my head to my toes, my body, and I check in with all the parts of me, and then I'm ready
Yeah,
for my day.
I love that.
And I usually walk for like an hour and a half, but it's been really hot, so I've just been pacing inside the house.
Just walking in circles.
Yeah, I would put on like an album and I'll just pace for
I
like
love
the
that.
entirety of the album.
That's
Or
awesome.
like, oh my god, my alarm's going off. Oh my god, gym closed. I gotta get out the door. So that's
I
my
love
morning.
that. I love that.
We all have our routines.
Yeah, we do.
Yours is just a little different than mine.
She gets there though.
Yeah,
She gets
she
there.
does. She does. But like, I mean, we've talked about how Oxfit has shown up for the community, but like, and like any other ways you can think of how
Ooh,
like,
tomorrow they're having a Pride workout tomorrow, a free workout at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Please join us.
yeah, I'm
That's
gonna,
gonna
I'm
be
gonna be
amazing.
there.
So much community events. You'll
Yes. We do. We do challenges and we raise money. We just did a Heroes Challenge in May where it was your version of toes to bar and then a hold, like a plank hold or an L-sit hold, and we raised money for the Heroes Project for mental health and medical services for veterans.
Oh yeah.
And then we did another challenge, which was, oh my god, why am I blinking right now? I know what it was, but it was a pull-up challenge. Oh, push and pull. It was a pull-up and a push-up challenge. And we raised it for the Civic League here as well. So we did that, but we're always, we're actually thinking of one now right now. I can't tell you guys yet, but it's going to be in August. It's going to be a team little competition, and we're going to be raising money for another foundation. So it's going to be awesome. You got to come do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Angel's like, okay, I'm in.
All right. Fine.
We're in.
Fine.
Forte team will be there.
Seriously,
Yes.
it's gonna be such a great one.
Like, what? Why should, especially somebody listening, especially somebody queer, come to Oxfit, come to your class?
My class, well, I like to think that one of our favorite things is, I mean, Oxfit EAV, we're gay and nasty. I mean, that is our.
Big
That's-
and nasty.
I think that's like
Lots
the
of gays,
requirement
lots
of
of
being
gays,
in East
best
Atlanta
music,
Village. You have to be
And just
gay
and have to be nasty.
nasty.
That is
Big gay nasty.
I remember.
that was our unofficial
gay,
slogan.
we're gay and nasty.
We're gay and nasty.
I mean, yeah, I'm a retired village rat myself. I could have been described as gay. Well, I mean, I am
used to go
gay.
to Village. I used to go to Village Gym. Yeah, with an ex before I found Oxford. I'm so glad, so thankful. But yeah, it's just about them really making me feel safe. Is what
Yeah.
You
I'm
feel
telling
safe.
you.
I mean, I felt safe. With the moms, especially, that was
Oh
awesome.
yeah, that mom's class is the best class, I'm telling you. But it doesn't matter what class you're in. What I really love about our gym as well is we're 75% women and 25% men.
Hell yeah.
And
that's the kind of ratio I'm looking
Exactly.
for.
And mainly all those men are married to the women that go there or they're gay. So it's I mean, it's just such a great place just to be. People look forward to being there. You know, we have a lot of events, and one thing about Oxfit that I love too is that we like to show you how capable you really are. So we encourage athletes to go outside of their comfort zone and try something new. So we do marathons, triathlons, we do CrossFit competitions.
Trivia nights, pickleball tournaments.
Yeah, we do
like
kickball
anything
tournaments.
to get people together.
And but the thing is though, is you never like we just hosted a huge Oxfit Fest weekend at our Grant Park location where we did 3 different hybrid fitness style workouts. So functional fitness, anyone can do them. We had over 100 people there this weekend, and it was awesome seeing the people of all shapes, sizes, colors, genders.
Yes.
Crushing this fitness competition.
Also, you guys put yourself in a room with these people. Like, it is nice to connect with people who are just looking to better themselves in maybe like a more expansive way. That's the people I want to surround myself with.
Everybody that comes to that gym, they are looking to, you know, be the best versions of themselves. And that doesn't just happen in the gym. Then once it happens in the gym, it translates across your whole life. Because you're also surrounded by like-minded people, and these individuals are also going to push and encourage you, because there are people, they'll text you and be like, why weren't you at the gym? Where are you? How are you doing? Like,
and I can't say
all the
enough,
moms
like,
get
it's
onto
not
you when you
intimidating, it's inspirational.
I love that.
All the moms get onto you when you skip classes.
Oh, they do. They'll come up and you're getting their hair done and be like, where you been? Where you been? And I'm on the group chat. And I love being a part of all that. So I'm like very immersed in the community, and I feel very loved.
You are a mother. And you are a mother.
That's it. Caitlin says it all the time. She's like, it's Biscuit's mom. Biscuit's mom.
I think that's
also my
count too.
mom's
Count too.
class. I love mom's class.
Dogs are a huge responsibility. I'll be the first one to tell you that every single time somebody's talking about getting a dog, I'm like, okay, are you prepared to have a 2-year-old for the rest of their life? Because that's functionally what dogs are. They're just furry 2-year-old babies.
She's my baby. Look at baby. She's sweet.
Okay, what's your personal goal for yourself as a coach for the rest of this year?
Oh, as a coach.
Yeah.
That's a good question, because I get asked all the time what my goals are as an athlete. I would say as a coach, to continue to impact as many people as I can.
Hell yeah.
That is honestly my gift in life, and that is my life's purpose. And it is, you know, I know I was blessed with that gift, and I'm going to continue to use it the best way that I can to love on people and to encourage people and support people and push people in the direction that they want to go, even if at times they don't feel like they can get there, and they don't have to do it alone.
Hell yeah. I keep saying hell yeah.
Sexy.
Okay.
Yes.
What is there a moment that sticks out to you as your coaching career, where you were just like super proud?
Your
of just
proudest moment.
Oh my gosh. Okay, dang, that's really tough, because I have an endless list, because
okay, we'll just list a couple.
I'll list a couple. I would have to say that one of my biggest things is that I'm also a doula.
Oh, I
as
didn't
well.
know that.
Yeah, I'm also a doula.
Yeah.
And I think one of my
Was mom's class your idea?
So we already had a mom's class at Grant Park.
Got it.
But when I started coaching there and we did everything, then I was like, we should have a mom's class at EAV. But I would say I'll give you 3. One of my top moments was working with 2 clients, and they were having problems getting pregnant. And through nutrition and fitness, without any sort of help, they trusted me, and they were pregnant 2-3 months later.
That's incredible.
which I freaking love.
Wow.
And
yeah, that would be a very proud moment.
like that is such a proud moment. I would have to say another one was I had another client, well, she was my client. We worked one-on-one, but one of our athletes, she came into the gym. She had a goal. She had already lost about 50 pounds, and she had a goal of losing another 100 pounds. And halfway through us working together, she had let me know she had been diagnosed with diabetes. And I was like, no. I was like, this isn't, no. I was like, we're going to change that. And not even 2 months later, she lost 70 pounds, and the diagnosis of diabetes went away.
That's incredible.
Just
Change
through
it. Just nutrition and
health.
I think a lot of Americans are like,
kills more people than
Pre-diet.
alcohol and drugs do.
yeah, diabetes.
Yeah,
A lot of
and
Americans
it's,
are
and you
pre-diabetic
know, yeah.
without
Or
even
just,
realizing
like,
it.
It's a silent
disease,
killer too.
health
Some people don't even
disease.
know,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so, and then I'd probably have to say
Nutrition in general.
I'd probably say my third and final proudest moment, I would probably have to say, is when those girls went down to beach brawl and I watched them just like cry, and they crushed it. They cried at the end. We all cried at the end of that whole thing. It was insane. But just to see how proud they were, because they worked so hard, and watching them put in the work and
Achieve a goal.
achieving that serious goal. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the thing though, whenever I see people achieving their goals and I watch them do it and they don't think that they could do it, I'm such a proud gym mommy.
Me too.
Like, it just touches me.
That's one of my proudest
Touches my
moments,
heart
too.
all the time.
That's what it's all about. Is like just making people feel just
Special.
yes. Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
fuck yeah. That's all you do all day when you're behind the chair, girl. You just make
Exactly.
people
That's
feel
why me and
special.
Caleb fuck with each other so hard.
I guess is there anything that Oxfit offers other than like just the obviously like physical training aspect, like nutrition?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I not only do personal training, we do nutrition coaching. We do Ox 100, which is 100 days to 100%.
It's amazing.
And it's
Please
a
look it up.
nutrition and fitness program.
Yes.
And we work one-on-one, and we also have at our Grant Park location, we have a physical therapist and a pelvic floor specialist.
Oh hell yeah!
And so that's why we have a lot of moms that come to the gym. And also Lauren, Oxley, Oxfit, shout out to Lauren.
Shout out
She's
Lauren.
an incredible mom.
Mhm.
She also works with a lot of moms, so she does a lot of, mom work on working one-on-one nutrition, hormones, and fitness as well. And one thing we posted today, we do modifications for moms. We do videos for every week that we post new workouts, and just so, like I said, so everyone can come to the gym. Like, we had someone working out literally 2 weeks before her due date. I'm still doing full to the ground
Oh
burpees,
wait,
which I thought
have
was
you
insane.
ever had anybody's water break?
Thank God no. But if they needed to deliver,
You're a doula.
I'm there. I would be
You're a
ready.
doula.
I would be ready.
Yeah, because I want to hear biggest gym horror story and biggest salon horror story.
Okay, biggest gym horror story.
Yes.
I would, besides me constantly puking because I push myself too hard.
I'm a big puker.
Oh man, I'm a big
I'm also a
puker.
big
Anytime
puker.
my stomach is
I think we've
unsettled,
talked
we've
about
talked
this.
about this
Yeah.
before. I would say my
Maybe
biggest
you
gym
should stop
horror
it.
story isn't anything that happened in the gym. It's someone asked to use the bathroom.
Oh.
Came in, I let them use the bathroom, and someone went in the bathroom afterwards, and there was shit smeared all over the wall. And you know who has to clean that up?
You.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible, terrible time. And then my horror story in a salon, I have two. Let me give you my first one.
Yes.
The first time was back in 2016. I wanted to be
Wasn't
this
even that
color.
long ago.
No, I wanted to be this color.
Yeah.
And everyone recommended this one salon, and one of my bar regulars, his girlfriend was the manager there, and so I went and sat in this chair, and this guy cut. The color was good. The cut was like I had two cuts. It was a short bob, and then the rest of it was long and chopped.
Oh no.
And like I had spent 3 years growing out my hair and completely, I like it wasn't even like the cute jellyfish cut either. You know the
No, it
whatever.
was a
With the
big-ass
tails.
asymmetrical.
It was like
Or like
if I
half of
if
your
I
head was one thing.
yes
Did you ask
Yes.
for an asymmetrical
no
ball?
I just told him to trim my hair.
Oh, so he
no.
didn't do what you asked at all
No.
beyond the color.
No.
Huh?
No, that was terrible. And then my other horror story was right before I found Emma. It was when I had moved here in 2020, and I had lost a lot of my hair, and I had grown it back, and I had finally grown it back to like shoulder length, and that took me forever.
Cancer survivor.
Right?
Shout out.
And I wanted a shaggy mullet.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna name the salon I went to. It
We
wasn't
won't do
here.
that. We don't shame.
We
No,
don't
you
shame.
can tell me after
We don't
the
shame.
episode.
Yeah, we'll save that
And-
for off the air.
I wish I had a picture of what it turned out to be because,
What did they do to you, girl?
well, first off, I wanted a shaggy mullet with, shaggy mullets. I got micro bangs
Oh.
straight across the top, straight across.
Mm.
Micro bangs straight across.
Y'all, shaggy bangs means like at the eyebrow or lower.
And then it kind of, and you know what you're saying.
Right,
right?
Biscuit. I'm upset too.
yes.
And I cried and sobbed for weeks because I had no hair, and then I grew back my hair, and for it to be
That's
cut
why
like
when
that,
I first met you, it was like almost all one.
It was,
and long. 'Cause
and
you were like
dead.
traumatized.
I know it had been when we met. It had been almost 3 years since I had gotten my hair cut, and Emma was like, "You should come see me," and I was like, I was like, "Okay." And Emma cuts my hair,
Took
like
me a
deliver.
while,
I
and
mean,
then it only took
yeah.
one chance.
And then delivers every single time. Every single time. I'm telling you, that's why so many people, even at Oxfit, come here.
They do.
Because I'm telling you, don't risk a bad haircut. Come to
Don't.
Forte.
Thank you.
Don't risk
Yeah.
a bad haircut. Come
Yeah.
to Forte. Don't
Yeah.
risk bad hair color. Come to Forte.
Preach. Don't
And-
miss hurting yourself at the gym. Come to Oxfit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Don't miss going to a gym that doesn't have a real community. Go to Oxfit.
100%.
Okay, we have reached my absolute favorite time
Okay.
in the podcast where we get to do
This is
rapid
good.
fire
Okay.
questions.
Okay. Fire
Okay, rapid fire. We're gonna do 10 rapid fire questions.
Mhm.
Just super quick, funny responses.
Okay.
Okay. What is your gym crush wearing at the gym?
Oh man, I actually just saw him today, and he came this morning to the gym and hung out with me, and he was wearing some like 5-inch seam shorts with like a tank top cut off, and it was just sexy.
Smoking.
Oh, he's smoking.
So the
for
tinier the
sure.
clothes, the better.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Okay, what's your favorite protein?
Beef. Oh no. I was just about to ask, do you want actual protein or powder? Beef. 100% beef.
Beef.
That's why they call me Beefy.
Okay, what's like protein powder then?
My favorite protein powder.
The
it's
one that your absolute go-to.
Oh, my absolute go-to.
And I know you're picky too.
I 100%. I would say Truvia. Truvia, you can get it at Vitamin Shop. It has minimal ingredients and it tastes so good, like a milkshake. Any flavor you get, it doesn't matter.
Truvia.
Yep.
Okay, so what song makes you feel like the sexy superhero that you are during your workout? Favorite workout song.
My favorite workout
Like,
song.
oh my god, this is gonna be so hard. You gotta put this song on, so I'm gonna get this. last time.
It's Thug by Slim Thug.
Yes!
It plays and that beat drops, and I swear to you, I can lift a house.
Yeah, see? Everybody's got one. Let's see. We want your toxic gym trait.
Oh God, you
Yeah.
know. Really?
What's your toxic
I
gym
don't.
trait?
I actually don't do it anymore. I actually
Oh, she
I-
cured herself.
I had to kick that habit, but it was actually taking flexing gym mirror selfies of myself every time I got out of the shower, and I would pick my body apart.
Mm.
Pick it
That's why
apart.
she stopped doing it.
And that's why I had to stop doing it, and honestly, so much happier.
Aw,
So
I
much
love
happier.
that.
I love it.
Thank
I
you.
love it, yeah. But it was bad. I would flex and post it on Instagram every day.
Who is your dream queer icon to be your partner in a workout?
Oh my God.
If you could pick any queer,
Queer
icon.
icon?
Mine's Nas.
RuPaul.
Yes!
If you-
Okay, is it like current RuPaul or is it like RuPaul in like the 90s?
I'm talking no
80s?
joke. There was a show with RuPaul on it in the 90s where LL Cool J was also on the show. and
look at this
it
up.
was, you have to look it
I
up.
know what I'm watching.
But
later.
it was like where RuPaul for the first time was like on drag on TV, where he was so good. You have to watch it. I loved that show, but that was the first time. And then of course, if you've been paying attention to TikTok recently, RuPaul is just
running around her mansion
with the best videos,
wearing a little scarf on her head. Personally, I like the random video of her showing people how to like check their tire pressure on their cars that she posted, or some
I don't
shit
know how to
like
do that. So
You don't?
no, I don't know.
Okay.
we gotta fix
Girl.
that.
Somebody tagged me in that video.
No,
I don't have
I'll
TikTok,
just
though.
show you in a second. Don't worry about it.
I love that.
Okay, what do you think is the gayest piece of gym equipment?
Gay derogatory or like?
Or like gym move. I was like, okay, like a piece of equipment.
Okay, I can do both.
Move.
I can do both. The gayest
I think
piece
the
of gym
skiest
equipment, no, is when you
No.
put the barbell in the bomb
Yes.
and you're like going like this because it's like
That's right. The thing on the bottom of the thing.
100%. That's the case, and I think the gayest move
Move.
would probably have to be a Romanian deadlift because you stand up and then you.
Stop.
Sorry, Angel. I didn't mean. I'm not showing
Don't
you.
get
Stop.
Don't get too excited. Careful.
Chill.
The butt should get bigger. Okay. What is your zodiac sign and what's your biggest gym pet peeve?
Well, I'm a
She already
Pisces.
said she
Well,
was a
first off, I'm a
Pisces.
Pisces sun
Yes.
and I'm a Cancer moon.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm an emotional wreck, but I'm a Leo rising, which is
Oh.
why I'm so personable. But then that makes my biggest gym pet peeve.
Gym biggest one. Like
I swear to God, if you guys are watching this right now, if you don't put the gym ab mats back in sets of 2 where you found them, because I clean that gym myself and organize it myself, it does hurt my feelings. It really
True.
hurts
You
my
know,
feelings.
stack them on top of each other, make sure they're wiped down
Put
first,
stuff
and
back.
put them
Put
in
them
the
back.
bottom.
Put them back.
Sanitize.
Because I love that gym, and when it gets treated like that, it really makes
You
me
can
hurt your
sad.
feelings.
It
It's
hurts.
really
It
funny.
holds
You
my
can always
feelings.
tell the business owners, because you're like, okay, everybody sanitize your equipment, and then all the business owners are like over there, like,
I know.
cleaning
Look,
everything, like me and Julie.
We just
You can tell who owns the
recently
business.
got a cleaner on the weekends, but I cleaned that gym by hand every Saturday for 3 years.
I told you walking in there, I
By
was like,
myself. I'm
you're
telling you.
doing this all by
Yeah,
yourself.
because I love that place.
I know,
I love that place.
but you get more of your time back.
That's true. I do get my time back, and I love
To
that.
focus on
Oh,
making
yeah.
that gym.
It took me
even
a while
more
to let her do
special.
it. It took me a while to let
Hey,
that lady do it, which I
take-
love.
Giving
I
away
love her
control
though.
is hard.
Shout out.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Shout out to our cleaning crew that will be here in 28 minutes.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Okay, do you have, okay, question, arms or legs?
Right
Which one?
now, damn.
First instinct,
First instinct,
arms or legs?
legs.
Legs! Booty!
Booty and quads. Booty and
Yes.
quads. Oh my god. Like, shout out Savannah, my best friend. I will bite that quad. Bite her quad. I tell her all the time. She's like, shut up.
Do you have a workout ritual?
A workout ritual?
I don't either.
I really don't have one. I'm trying to get in a better habit. I'm trying to create a new habit more than anything of actually doing, like I said, more mobility and stretching and beforehand.
Okay, so stretching before your workout starts.
Yeah, more dynamic stretching. So not static stretching, but dynamic stretching, and also doing the movements that my physical therapist tells me to do before I work out. Shout out Kayla.
Yes.
So you haven't been doing the movements that your physical therapist told you?
Only recently.
Okay.
We're building rituals.
I'm building a new ritual habit right
We're
now.
building rituals.
I am 100%.
Okay, last question.
Mhm.
Gym snack, what's in your bag?
Dang,
You came up in here snacking. I also definitely was eating an Oreo milkshake on the way here to get Beefy this interview. So that made me laugh.
I'm gonna admit,
Eating a milkshake.
I did have a protein bar I was eating,
Yes.
but I wouldn't say I snack a lot in the sense of that I meal prep all my meals
You
and
do.
I eat at
She
certain
comes
times.
in with the whole meals in the little food prepped thing.
I eat my meals at certain times every single day just to maximize
That's
my
your
workouts
ritual?
and maximize. Yeah, that is actually true. That is a good one. But I do. I eat at certain times every day. Right now, I do have some chips in the car because I love chips and I really
What
want
kind of
them.
chips?
Cassava chips.
Oh, they're not
like
even
Lay's
chips.
potato
Okay.
chips.
Girl.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But
She said cassava chips.
Gay. Wanna know how I know she's gay?
Cassava.
whatever.
Who is there any more fitness programs that you want to shout out in Atlanta, or especially like queer centric fitness programs, or like queer groups, or even like queer people that who come to the gym? Shout out to JoJo.
Yes. Shout
and
out to
Kat. What do
JoJo,
they
Kat.
do?
They're
Real estate.
Real estate. So JoJo is a realtor and she's amazing. JoJo and Danny.
Yes.
And then Kat
What's the company they
Greer,
work
she's a
for?
finance. Oh my gosh, Timothy something. I could be. Oh God, I should know this because I see on.
Shout out to JoJo.
Shout out to JoJo. If you need a good realtor, she's amazing.
She is amazing. Does
let's
Kat work
say-
with them?
No, Kat's in finance.
Oh, okay.
She's a big finance guru.
Oh, I just adopted a baby. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, and so, and then also, I would have to say, well, what's really great is this past weekend, we had a gym really show up and show out, and they do have a very queer, big queer community, Vesta Kickboxing, on the Beltline. They really showed up, and we really enjoyed having them
See,
at
that's
Oxfed.
Yes.
So that was really awesome.
Love kickboxing, but yeah, they are big in the queer community. Shout out to them.
And then also the EAV Run Club.
Okay, cute.
The East Atlanta Run Club. I was running with them for a while, but now I sleep in on Sundays.
Hey, that's okay.
And then during the summer, we have a run club as well. That's also really, that's a lot of fun. But as far as like community wise, I want to shout out the EAV Run Club because we support our community.
That's right.
And we have a lot of people from the gym that run in that group as well.
Aww.
So
Angel
we
said
love
earlier,
it.
we're gonna in the episode. Angel said earlier that running was what?
Running for exercise is a form of self-harm.
That is
Because a lot of people don't know how to run.
okay, I'm gonna
Yep.
talk about that really quick.
Yes.
You're so right. So running, people, I've run a marathon. I do halves. I want to get better at running because I'm not the best runner,
I'm
and
not
it's
either.
just like I'm told all the time. I have to work on my technique. There is a technique to running. There is the right way for your foot to strike the ground. There is also a way that you should be warming up. But when it comes to running a marathon, I have a video on this. But people think that they have to run 10 to 12 to 20 miles a week to run a marathon, and that's untrue. Because a lot of marathon runners, it's a statistic of about 83% of marathon runners show up to the line hurt in some kind of form or fashion, some kind of way, right? And that's because they're running too much. What it comes down to in a marathon is unless you are running for time and you've been a runner for a long, long time, if you are running this marathon, leg strength, weight training is important because running is only going to get you so far, but that mental fortitude and strength and leg strength is what's going to carry you to the finish line. And so that's why if you are a runner, come to Oxfit.
Yes.
Come to Oxfit because we will help increase your leg strength, and we do have a lot of runners at Oxfit, which is why we have a run club, an endurance club, and that's why we do get spots in the New York Marathon and the Chicago Marathon, and we do a triathlon every year.
Just there's community waiting for you out here,
Yeah.
you guys. So don't be afraid to
No.
take advantage of the resources that
Exactly.
are put right in front of you.
If you've
Especially the
ever-
ones that are rooted in love.
Yep, and if you've ever wanted to try a gym, don't wait until you're ready. There's never a perfect time. That just is you putting it off. Do it now.
It takes 2
If you
weeks.
wait to do anything before you're ready, you're never gonna do
Right,
shit.
100%.
It takes 2
Right.
weeks to build a habit.
Mhm.
So like
It
that's all
does.
you have to do.
And here's the thing too, is when it comes to habits, like you said, it takes 2 weeks, but it also takes repetitions. So that means the more reps that you do, the easier it becomes.
Slayful.
Just like,
I love
Please
that.
don't miss our Pride workout tomorrow at Oxford.
Yeah,
at
it's gonna
5
be
o'clock.
great.
wait, what's
5
today?
o'clock.
Today's Monday.
Well, my watch I mean like the number date.
Oh,
It's the 23rd.
today's the 23rd.
So
it's
tomorrow,
the
June.
24th, 5 p.m.
5 p.m. at Oxford and East Atlanta.
There's going to be DJ setup. There'll be a little
I
drinky
didn't know that.
poos.
I didn't know that.
Little drinky poos for after the workout. It's from
After
the workout will start at 5:30. So everyone get there at 5. We'll warm up. We'll talk about the workout. We'll get into it. 5:30 it'll start. We'll work out till about like 6:25.
Cute.
And then we can hang out for a little bit afterwards.
Oh, I love
Is
this.
there anything you want to plug? Anything else you want to plug?
No, just me.
Okay, cool. Coach Beefy, go Coach Beefy.
Thank you, Caitlin, for just being
Thanks for
one of
having
the
me,
most
guys. This has been awesome.
strong and amazing women in my life, and
Thank
a great
you.
role model in my life. So
Thank
thank you for
you.
being on the
Thanks, friends.
episode.
Thank you.
We love you.
I love you guys.
Anything you need to plug, Biscuit?
We love Biscuit.
Well said.
That was great.
Well
Thank you,
said.
Biscuit. Thank you.
All right, bye.